Morning, everyone. Fall has fallen. Is that an expression? I might have just made that expression up. Fall has fallen. It's that time of year where I sort of reassess gear and think about tweaks and changes and check out first aid kits and things like that. And today is new PFD day, which is very exciting. Let's get into getting rid of the old PFD, why I got rid of the old PFD, setting up the new PFD, getting it ready to paddle, and at the same time enjoy this amazing view. Man, I've been in Norfolk for not quite a year and I'm still finding really beautiful places. Unfortunately, this is not conducive to putting a kayak in, but let's go, PFD day. Welcome back, everyone. So as I said, fall has fallen. There are flannel sheets on the bed in the van. I am making coffee, sometimes pre-paddle, sometimes post-paddle, but definitely drinking more hot liquids. And so this is the time of year when I go through the process of double checking gear, make sure everything is ready for fall. Risk goes up a little bit, so it's a good time to check that stuff out. Like, I realized teaching 2 days ago, I did a private lesson with someone 2 days ago, and I went to go grab the big first aid kit that I carry and realized that its dry bag was not around. And so it was fine without its dry bag, and we were never that far from the van, but I need to have a first aid kit with me when I'm teaching. And I have no idea where that dry bag went. And I am notorious for going paddling and I have all my gear wired, but I forget to grab a dry bag. So I probably stole it and then it ended up in the wrong place. So it's little things like that. I'll go through first aid kits. I used my dry suit for the first time. It got refurbed back in June. This was the first time I used it, and I'm a little upset because it seems like the feet leaked. So I solved the spray skirt problem, and now I am going to be dealing with the dry suit problem. I suspect that the booties in my dry suit are beyond waterproofness just based on age. It is a 2008 dry suit with many trips on it. That's a fresh repair. That brings us to PFDs. I am switching from a beloved and comfortable and just awesome PFD, the Astral Seawolf, to the Astral Green Jacket. The Green Jacket is a Class 5 PFD. The Seawolf is a Class 3. Part of that reason is that I'm hoping to go back to Knowles this summer, and they have started having their instructors use Class 5 PFDs, which they didn't used to. When I used to work for Knowles Expeditions, we didn't used to have to wear Class 5s. And so I could certainly use a Knowles PFD, but you know me, I'm not using a Knowles PFD. I want my PFD with my stuff and my things that make me happy in it. So so I've got to transfer everything out of the old PFD into the new PFD, get it sized, get it ready to go. And I'm making some changes in the way that I do things in my PFD. So we're gonna talk about those little changes. Let's get started by emptying out the old PFD. This feels good. This feels nice. It feels like it sits a little bit higher than the Seawolf. Oh, but maybe I can adjust that still. So I will probably tweak adjustments on this over the coming months as I play with it. Boy, I forgot how nice the fleece lining felt. The fleece lining on my old one is pretty dead, but that is really nice. It's got that, which I think is for a short toe, which would connect back here. And then it's got the big pocket. They have moved the knife lash spot right here, but I'm gonna do that a little bit differently this time. Ooh, cardboard. This still opens up really nicely. Still has this big pocket and the keeper. So on that, this is a good luck charm that I've been carrying since 2000. So 22 years that good luck charm's been playing along, and that's going to go back into here. Good luck charm goes in first. I've also got nose plugs. Let's make sure that will reach. It will. That's going to connect to here also. And then the last thing is whistle. This carabiner is going to need to be replaced, but the whistle is still good. I've talked about these before. I really like the Fox 40 Classic. I've got a bunch of them that I really like. Not a bunch. I've got like 3 of them that float around. No pun intended. Okay, so there is whistle, good luck charm, nose plugs. Those are going to go into the pocket. There you go. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so rescue strobe, really like that, is going to get connected to this so that I can't lose it, and going to hopefully live in that pocket. Nope, it's going to live in that pocket. The other big thing, ooh, another lash point, that's nice, is my PLB. It's just going to slide down right into there. And then a chemical light stick, just in case. Will that still close? It will. And then a compass is going to live in the pocket. And this is not my primary, this is an emergency lip balm. That's going to live in there. The knife needs a new home, and I think the PLB is going to get lashed in. PLB is going to get tied. That is tied in, so that can't be lost. And goes in there. 2 things that I'm adding. Knife is going to slide behind it for now. 2 things that I'm adding that I've been meaning to do for a while is I'm adding a waterproof field notes book in the upper pocket so that I can take notes on weather and crossing times and things like that, and a pencil. And the reason I use a pencil is that I can sharpen it with a knife. I don't have to have a pencil sharpener. And so there you go. I wonder if that would be cool. I'll have to work on that. I'm moving the knife inside because I don't want it to be a hazard in terms of getting caught on things. I have a couple times dragged it across my boat doing self-rescues, which I don't like. And I'm going to keep this rolling up here, at least for now. And although, interesting, I use this primarily to hold my spray skirt when so it's not banging into my knees when I'm walking around wearing a spray skirt. I might change that and move it someplace else. That is my gear. The VHF radio never fit in the pocket of the old one. I would just sort of jam it down in here when I needed it to be ultra handy. Yeah, now that this sits a little higher, I may not like that there so much. I might move that around, or maybe I can connect my spray skirt down here somehow. But that's a serious snap. Cool. Lip balm. Supposed to be in here. So, a fair amount of stuff, but not a metric ton of stuff. Still super comfy. I'll need to do some wet exits with it on to see how it feels. Sometimes changing a PFD can dramatically change the way climbing onto your boat can feel. So I want to make sure that that is still good, really it's going to be fine. I just need to get used to it. It's probably bulging in places it didn't used to bulge. Who isn't? So that is the outfitting in my new PFD. As I look at the way these are adjusted, I've got this one really tight, so I can move that down and get it a little bit out of my face. That will be that will be good. These things are, it's not a big deal because I want to keep the knife inside my PFD now, as I said, but these things are almost impossible to get off of your PFD. And so I'm just going to leave that there. I haven't figured out what I'm doing with this PFD yet. It'll probably just be a backup. Another reason that I got rid of these is when I was sailing in Baja, both of these zipper pulls broke. And while that's not the end of the world, it is an indicator of general wear on your PFD. And so they say that you should replace your PFD when the colors start to fade or when there's noticeable loss in flotation. I don't have a noticeable loss in flotation in that PFD. I am just starting to see colors fade. I need to go back and look at a bunch of old photos and figure out how old that is, but I think it's about 5 years old. In general, you should get 5 to 7 years out of a PFD. I put a lot of use in my gear. PFDs are not excluded. I wear that PFD every time I paddle, and I paddle all the time. And so it was a good time to replace it while I'm doing this sort of stuff, checking out gear and getting ready for the fall. So that is gear updates. Go through your gear. If you do things differently, if you don't like the way I'm doing something, you think I could do something better, leave a comment down below. Hit like, hit subscribe. That would help me out tremendously. My books, Simple Guide to Kayaking and Simple Guide to Kayak Camping, are available on Amazon. Links down below. You can buy me a cup of coffee at Coffee, link down below. All the links are down below. And yeah, I guess that's it. I'll see you on the water. Dress warm.